Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Moreno Show. I am pumped. I hope you are too. Guys, check this out. I saw this from RFK Jr.'s Secretary Kennedy account where he talks about a cell phone free education with Fox and Friends. And I thought this was really, really fascinating, especially because President Trump recently, just today, he signed an executive order essentially dismantling or beginning to dismantle the Department of Education. And I thought this was a really, really fascinating conversation. So I want us to go ahead and go into that. But at another moment, he also talks about them reviewing grass standards and their plan to get rid of that. And I thought this was a really fascinating video to watch as well. So we're going to go ahead and play those clips and then talk about it and go into some perspectives. And I'm really excited about it. And I hope you are too. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Also, if you like having conversations like this, please make sure you like and subscribe. It's one of the best ways you could help me out. Okay, check this out.
One of the other things that families have to deal with is their kids and their cell phones. And I know that you have met with Governor Youngkin. I think he's been talking about a program that he started essentially by executive order, getting rid of all the cell phones out of the possession of kids between kindergarten and grade 12. Why is that a good idea for the whole country?
School, right? When they're at school,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
There are many other countries in the world that have banned cell phones in our schools. There's now 19 states with these restrictions. I applaud Governor Glenn Youngkin of Virginia, and I asked him to take me out to one of the schools that was the first one to adopt his executive order, which was the Louisa County High School. And that school is one of the top performing schools in the state. I think it is the top performing school in the state. And I wanted to talk to parents and students and the teachers about what they felt about the cell phone ban. And I was shocked by how supportive they were, particularly the students.
Mm-hmm.
I polled students in a bunch of classrooms and in the cafeteria, and only one of them said he didn't like the ban. The other one said that it helped them increase their socialization, that it helped them do better homework. And the parents were very happy because the discipline of not having a cell phone at school also meant that it was easier to teach your kids not to use it when they're driving their car and to do their homework at home without referencing their cell phones all the time.
Are you kidding me? This is so good. And the fact that RFK Jr. literally went out of his way to also poll students and get their feedback and their thoughts as to and what they thought about everything is just so good. Only one student said that it was probably a bad idea or that he didn't like it, but everyone else like, no, it actually makes us more socially aware of our surroundings and people. We could talk to people again. It's like, yes. And it's like, no, now we're not using it as a crutch. We're using it as a tool. And right now, so many people are using it as a crutch. And I actually just mentioned that in my last video. I think right now we need to be focusing so heavily on our education system because, guys, right now with AI and ChatGPT, so many students are taking advantage of this technology that they're actually skimping themselves on the education that they deserve. They're not being able to learn. They're not learning how to read or write or think critically. And it's so disrupting. And the fact that RFK Jr. is also focusing his attention on this because he knows how critical this is for our future. I just love it. Like, yes, cell phone free learning. Let's take it back to the way that things are. And, whenever I was in school, and I don't want to sound super old, but guys, whenever I was in school, like in high school, like phones really weren't that fast. Like, yes, I was able to look, yes, people were able to look up things, like very, very seldomly. But it's like phones were slow then. Like the internet wasn't fast. Like now you can look things up instantly and get answers like that. And it's like that is dangerous to have, especially I'm seeing it at the college level. Like so many people like use ChatGPT to write entire essays. And it's like the worst part is these essays aren't even good. And it's just a clear tell sign that students are having a very disruptive education, and you need to get out the disruption. You need to get out the distractions. And I think RFK Jr. is right on the money here when he's like, hey, we got to actually talk about a cell phone free education. I think this is good. One of the top comments here says, absolutely, less distractions equals better productivity and better focus. And I completely agree. Someone else says, this is what I voted for. Thank you, Secretary Kennedy, for being mindful for both our kids' mental and physical health and well-being. And this is what I love about, Maha, Making America Healthy again, because it is literally so wide and so vast and open, because like everything has to do with our health. Like, yes, our cell phone has to do with our health. Our ability to use it in school has an impact on how we're being educated and how it affects us at an emotional and profound level, even how it relates, even how it helps us relate to other people. And I like that one student just mentioned here. And I just think this is so good. Like, the fact that we're having this conversation is radically important. I also saw this from Benny Johnson. He says HHS Secretary RFK Jr. wants to get the dyes out of food. And this is, again, really, really important. So check this out. So good.
We wanted the dyes out of the food.
Sorry, I was listening to that in 2x. My bad. I'm gonna keep this though, because we keep the mistakes. All right, check it out.
We told them that we wanted the dyes out of the food. The science on the dyes is so overwhelming. They're making products now in this country that have the dyes in them, like Fruit Loops, for example. And you buy the same product in Canada and it doesn't have the dyes. You buy the same product in Europe and it doesn't have the dyes. So there are a lot of ingredients, and one of the things that we're doing is we've launched a review of the GRAS standards, and we're going to get rid of the GRAS standards for most products. The GRAS standards is a standard that was adopted in 1958. It was adopted because when FDA was created to regulate food, there were foods that were generally recognized as safe, GRAS, generally recognized as safe, like flour, like dairy, like eggs. And they didn't want to make companies test those products, so they created that designation. But that designation was expanded by an industry that began taking advantage of it, so that any new chemical that they want to add to our food is generally recognized as safe and gets no review. That's why we have 10,000 ingredients in our food in this country. In Europe, they only have 400. And we have the worst chronic disease burden of any country in the world. So we are going to get rid of the GRAS standards for new products. We're going to go back and review all of these old ingredients to make sure that they are safe. And we're going to encourage these companies to get rid of them as quickly as possible.
So good. You know what? Every time I hear this man talk about the things that he's doing, I honestly think he is literally the best to pick in President Trump's cabinet. I am so psyched. My guy is getting to work. This is incredible. And I love that he was also calling out the companies here. He was like, the intention of GRAS was to really to essentially increase efficiency, right? But what ended up happening was they were taking advantage of the American people, and that is so disgusting. One of the top comments says, "Love RFK Jr.'s straight talk on food safety. Getting rid of toxic dyes is a great start. This is what real leadership looks like, putting people over profits and special interest." Isn't that what we were talking about during the election season? Isn't that what so much of what RFK Jr.'s platform was about? Putting we're ending this idea of putting profits before people. No, no, no. We are putting people above everything. We are putting people above profits. We're putting people above special interests. This is amazing. And I love this next part. Making America healthy again is more than a slogan. It's a movement. And RFK Jr. is leading the charge. Come on, somebody. There we go. I love this so much. It's incredible. Anyways, that pretty much is that's pretty much what I want to talk about. But I also wanted to say a quick thank you to every single person who tunes in and watches these videos, because I was thinking about just how far we've come. And I don't know if you guys know this. Obviously, I'm married. I love my wife. We're having the best time being married. But I was even thinking about how like these videos are so crazy, because they really do act as almost like an open time capsule of not only the state of this world, but the state of like who I am and where I am on my own, personal journey. And even like this video that I shared for now 3 months ago, close to 4. Actually, no, this is 4 months old now, right? This was on our honeymoon. And me and my wife, we're literally in Washington, D.C., hanging out, having the best time. And I just think I just love this so much. And I'm just super happy that we get to do this and talk about these important conversations and share these perspectives with so many people. And I just think it's amazing. And just recently we celebrated 4 months of a marriage, and I thought I just want to say thank you. Like, I think we celebrate this together, and I think it's amazing. And I love that. Like, some people in the comments are like, "Oh man, like 4 months. Who celebrates a 4 months?" Like, yeah, let me see it. Yeah, Kathy said, so fun to see a slice of life, makes it more real. Thanks for keeping the content positive. You cracked me up celebrating 4 months. What will 1 year look like? And here's my thing. At least I walk the talk, because I'm always up here and I'm like, we gotta celebrate these small wins. Like, no, things aren't perfect, but there's progress being made. And if we're not going to talk about it and we're not going to celebrate it, then what are we doing here? No, we're going to talk about it. We're going to celebrate it because this is a big deal. And if we don't celebrate these small wins, are we going to have the energy to do something extraordinary, do something big, do something majestic? Like, we change the future whenever we have more energy in the present, and we have more energy in the present by actually being energized and fueled by life. And I love this, expression of this because, yes, we're celebrating 4 months of marriage, and it's like, yes, but and the world is a crazy place, but I love being able to have my incredible wife in my corner because that's such a gift, such a great gift, and I just think it's amazing, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. Someone here just said they like seeing the personal stuff here too, because it's all in one. Like, you could just watch the news and then you could leave. But you're also watching me, and you're watching me, get older, do this life thing with amazing, extraordinary people. And I get to do this with all of you, and I get to share it. And I'm just so incredibly grateful. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here with me. Words can't describe how grateful I am. Words can't describe how much gratitude I feel that I get to do this. This is a gift. So thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please let me know what you think about all this in the comment section, and I will see you all next time. Thank you so much, and I love you guys. Episode's over already? Geez, that was fast. Well, they say beautiful things do not last forever, but feel free to watch and listen to another one of these episodes if you're interested in those conversations as well. Also, this next part is huge. Make sure to obliterate that like and subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never skip a beat. I also have a newsletter where we dive into the news, politics, and ideas that shape our future. If you're interested in signing up, I'd really appreciate that. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time.